Hello everyone, this is Sunil here from Cloud Foundation and welcome to this IDQ Informatica Data Quality Tutorial. So let's get started. That you see in front of you, this is what is Informatica Data Quality. I'll be jumping into that, but before that, let me give you a short definition of what that is. Informatica Data Quality, IDQ. It's in short, it's called as. So let's try to see, understand, compare it with other products that are there in the market, and then I will give you a demonstration of all the different things that are there. So let's get started. So all right, Informatica Data Quality, that's what we are talking about. And if I talk about this now, a lot of people when they think about data quality, they get confused. They say, okay, that's crazy stuff, because I mean, that's complicated. You have data stuff. Frankly speaking, data quality looks scary, but it's very easy. It's so easy that you can easily understand. Let's say if I go to a bank, all right, they have asked me to fill a form, and in the form they have given something like phone number. So they've given me phone number. So what I did is I'm a little bit dumb, let's say, and I've given my phone number something like this: call me +91, something like this, right? So you can easily understand that this is wrong. You cannot have these dumb things in your phone number. It's not possible, and you cannot have area code in the telephone number. It should be stored separately. So that's the problem that I have. All right, now the same thing can happen with any field. That can happen with name. So when you're collecting the name, sometimes the name can be something like this, and you can go with a hash dollar. So this is wrong, hash dollar, that's wrong. So similarly, there can be any kind of issues. So the issues basically happen while you're collecting the data. But whatever the thing is, you do have a data quality issue. Now, how to fix that thing? Now that's what Informatica Data Quality, IDQ, does. So that's what IDQ or any data quality tool does. So it identifies basically two things. It identifies the issue, and then it fixes it. How does it identify? We got many different things to identify, many transformation logics to do this thing. And how to fix it? Same thing. We create mappings, applets to understand, identify. We do data profiling as well to identify for the identification process, and for the fixes part we create different applets and mappings, right? So that's how it's done, but that was moreover a bit technical. Now let me talk a bit more on the non-technical side, then we will jump into the technical one. All right, now how many players are there in the market? There are massive. There are many players that are there. Informatica Data Quality, you talk about. Then you got Trillium Data Detector, you got SAP BI Data Services, you just name it. There are, so all the companies which are selling ETL solutions or who are selling integration solutions, they have, pretty much everyone has their own data quality stuff. And I think Amazon also comes up with its own data quality. If not, they will come up, so that's, I'm sure. But anyway, that's not the topic. So all right, that's the competition, and out of many leaders you will see Trillium and Informatica, they lead the market because of ease of use, convenience, horizontal scaling, and a lot of performance and other stuff, right? So that's what data quality stuff is. And if I try to explain it, let me just give me 1-2 minutes. I'll try to explain theoretically what exactly this is. So let's say validation, this is one part of the data quality, and the second part of this thing will be the standardization. So standardization, and the third one will be the enrichment, and the fourth one will be the cleansing. So actually you can divide this into further other categories, but I think these four categories are actually more than enough. Now talking about the validation thing, so what exactly is validation? Validation is nothing but it's you just validating the data according to a rule or a standard. So let's just say that the name. So let's say the name. So if it has something like this is invalid, because a name cannot have digits. Is it possible? It's not possible. Name cannot have digits, it cannot have characters, so this is invalid. So right, so validation is something you validate against a rule. You have created a rule and you just validate against it. That's quite simple. Address validation again is one of the most basic examples, where you validate the address to see the quality of that, right? It's very simple. Now standardization, coming to that, it looks very scary, quite a long term, but it's very easy to understand. What is standardization? Standardization, it's a basic set of techniques, rules that is used to convert the source standard to the target standard. So what is source standard, what is target standard? Let's say from the source I'm getting the name of the country as IND, right, for India. Now the source is storing the data in IND, but I don't want to store it in IND. I want to store in my database, I want to store it in India, INDIA, the full form. So what do I have to do? I have to convert something like IND to India. So this is what is standardization in this example. Don't think this is all what standardization is. For example, I'll take another one. So let's say the source is storing the names like Sunil, so it's in lower cases. Now I would like to convert this thing to uppercase, because in my database, so in the source it's in lowercase, but in the target database or my database, I'm storing it in uppercase. So I need to convert that thing to SUNIL in uppercase. So this is again standardization, right? So this was another example of standardization. Now talking about enrichment, enrichment is quite similar, you will see, to standardization, but enrichment means, let's say I've got an address like HNO something like 101, then Las Vegas, just taken an 86091. Let's say this address is correct. Let's just assume that this address is correct. So this is fine if the customer is given. But let's say the customer has given this address. So you see that the problem, what is the problem? The problem is HNO 101, right? So this is fine. 86091, that is fine, but the problem is with this thing. So what is address enrichment? Address enrichment is a process where it will identify that this thing is incorrect, right? This thing is incorrect, this is correct, this is correct, but this one is incorrect, and identifying this thing and fixing this, that's what is address enrichment or enrichment in general, right? Now coming to the last one, cleansing. Cleansing is quite easy. So I got something like let's say I got something like this. So you know that this is incorrect because you cannot have digits or you cannot have characters inside your name or inside a string. So this is wrong. So how do you cleanse it? You have a noise. These are called as noise. You remove those noise using different transformation, different techniques. So we will see those techniques later. But basically this is what cleansing is. So you can see that the whole of the IDQ I have shown you in just 1-2 minutes. Basically this is all what you do in IDQ. Sometimes bit of complicated stuff also you can do, like pulling data from LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, stuff like that, and then writing data in stuff XML files. But it's, you know, those things, those are pretty easy, right? Those things, I think most of you guys are coming from Power Center background, so you probably know this. It's quite easy. So all right guys, so this is what it was theoretically. Now I will show you this tool. So just see here, this is the tool. This is you can say it's quite similar to what you have in Informatica Power Center. So you got something like concept of folders. Then when you go here, then you see here, so you see here, see something like physical data objects. So this can be your sources, targets. It's quite simple. Then you've got reference tables. So reference tables are just like your reference databases, lookup databases. So like country, what is country? It contains list of 240 entries. That's quite simple. Similarly, you can create a lot of other reference databases. Typically a whole data quality project relies very heavily on the reference tables because that's the backbone of data quality stuff, right? And then you can see here, you can create stuff like the maplets and the mappings. So you can see, let's say if I show you a maplet, so see here, input output expression. So maplet is just like mini form of a mapping, right? That's the shortest word to describe it. I mean, a lot of people will not agree with me, say that maplet is this, maplet is that. That's right, but in short it's like a mini mapping. That's right. Now see, and you see the mapping, this is how the mapping looks like. So all right, I am going to show you something, that's the matching. So if you remember, I talked about that you can match records. Okay, you can match data in Informatica data quality. That makes this product quite unique. So this is how it's done. It's done using, you can do using this matching. So this is the matching transformation that you've got, and then you can see here um, this thing, then key generator, then I've got the match, and exception, deduplication, writing to customers, quite simple. As well as there are a lot of options. Just see here. If I have to add a transformation, then see, there are many different things. As you can see, it's basically divided into two parts. One is the old school, I mean, I'm talking about power center transformations, so that expression, filter, it sounds familiar, doesn't it? Then the aggregation, joiner, right? So these things pretty much now. Apart from that, there are new things that you wouldn't have seen earlier, so you can see those things now. That is nothing but the address validator, so using which you can validate your addresses. This is a bit of new. Then association, then you have case converter, you can guess what it does. And then comparison, consolidation, which is nothing but the merging. All right, so merging part. And data processor, data masking, you can guess what it does. It masks the data, not just full masking. You can do partial masking, semi masking, depends. Let's say SSN number, you don't want to show your SSN number to everyone, so that's data private issue, right? So then you got decision, which is quite uh, important in a data quality stuff, because it might not be that much important in ETL, but in data quality it's quite important. Decision stuff, exception, same whole thing. Then Java transformation, which is also there. It's copy pasted from Power Center. Key generator, lookup, all right, most of the things, the labeler, right? And then the match, merge, normalizer. I think normalizer. Then REST, web service consumer. So we have similar concept like this one in Power Center as well, where using the web services hub, you can consume different data from different web services, and then you can send the response back. So that can be done there as well. Here also the same thing. Then rank, read, router, this the pretty much the most of the things are same, but a lot of new transformations, you will see. See, try to understand this much. So if the transformations might be same as some, like say 50% transformations might be same as that of a power center. It can be, but the objective is different. You got it, the objective. What are we trying to do here? We're trying to do data cleansing, data quality stuff. We are not trying to transform a data. We're trying to understand issues in data, fix the data. There's a lot of difference. This you will understand. You will understand this really, like properly, if you have ever faced worst data quality. Let's say if you joined a project and the data quality is really worst, then you can understand the importance of this tool. All right, now this is one part of this story. And then you have like profiling. Yeah, the most important thing here is, so it's not just a data quality tool. It's I mean, it is a data quality tool, plus we have something called as data profiling. So data profiling can be done here, so which makes this tool quite unique. If you remember earlier, there was a tool called as Informatica Data Explorer. I'm not sure if you guys have ever worked in that Informatica Data Explorer. So that thing is now merged into Informatica Developer into profiles. So you can create profiles, scorecards, stuff like that. What does it do? It's data profiling, which helps to understand the quality of data. What is data profiling? It's just analyzing the data and then digging deeper. What's the issue? How let's say the telephone example. How will you know that how many different issues you have got? So you can only understand this using if you pass it through a data quality tool, like sorry, data profiling tool, then you can understand the issues quality, right? So that's the thing. And then the interface is quite simple. You can see here a lot of things. Pretty simple interface, nothing different as such, I can say. So yeah, that will be it. So just wanted to give you an introduction introduction on these things. You can see here the different mappings and all those stuff. We'll talk about this thing in details. I will be creating a tutorial series on Informatica data quality, so and in YouTube, so you can check that thing. All right, so I am done with this session. I hope it was not that boring. Normally I give boring lectures. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. And yeah, If you really like this video, please leave a comment. I would really love that if you leave a comment and let me know your views on Informatica data quality or Trillium or anything that you've worked, how it works, and I would love to learn. I believe life is all about learning. So thanks for watching. Thanks guys. We'll meet up in the next video. Thank you very much.